Thanks everyone for joining us in the news briefing for this Wednesday. National Night Out is happening next Tuesday on August 6th, and there are events throughout the area, but you are going to want to join the Monterey County Sheriff's Office at an event in Spreckels on Tuesday night. Commander Andy Rosas from the Sheriff's Office is here to talk about National Night Out and why it is such a great community event. Hi, Andy. Thanks very much for joining us.
Hi, good afternoon, man. Thanks for having us. You're absolutely right. National Night Out is an annual event, and it takes place across the country, all over the United States, and now in some of our territories surrounding the U.S. territories, and even other countries now. And what this is an event that helps promote unity between local law enforcement agencies and the communities at large. This event has been going on for many, many years, and this year we're excited to announce that the Monterey County Sheriff's Office will be hosting National Night Out at Spreckels Memorial Park in Spreckels. Specifically, we're going to be taking over a part of Llano Street between 2nd and 3rd Streets, and our plans are to have a lot of displays out and available for the community to see what the Monterey County Sheriff's Department does within our communities to help out and protect our communities. So you'll have on that particular day demonstrations and displays from our SWAT team, our search and rescue team, our dive team, our volunteer team known as the SEAT team. Our bomb squad will be out there. Our mounted unit will be out there with their horses. And this is in addition to the many community partners that we've invited to come join us this day as well. So there'll be many nonprofit organizations and different community organizations that offer different types of resources to our communities that will also have displays and information available to the community that joins us on this day. In addition to the displays and the opportunity to get to personally meet the deputies and other staff of the Monterey County Sheriff's Office and our local community resource outlets, we also have food. Everybody loves food, and in this particular case, we're going to have food available on a first-come, first-served basis. There'll be some other options available as well, and we're going to have fun and games. This is a community event that's going to be fun for everyone. Our good friend MG Mark Garcia from K-Wave 96.9's top-rated morning show will be on scene. He's going to be our master of ceremonies, hosting a lot of the entertainment, playing music for those that join us. And we're going to have some contests out there this year as well. We'll have a pie eating contest. There's a pizza eating contest and an opportunity to win some great prizes for participating in this event. National Night Out is a free event. Again, our opportunity and the community's opportunity to come join us and get to know the Monterey County Sheriff's Office staff, the deputies, and everyone that works here personally, ask questions, and just have a great time with us throughout the night. So we are looking forward to seeing you again on Tuesday, August the 6th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. We will be on Llano Street in Spreckels between 2nd and 3rd, and we look forward to meeting you guys out there.
Thank you so much for sharing about the event. One of the questions that I had gotten was, tell us more about where the event is going to be located, which you did. But it's interesting that most people are going to encounter law enforcement when something is happening, when something goes wrong. It sounds like National Night Out is a way to take the things that go wrong off the table and bring everybody together in a kind of a fun, more personal way, so that you know the people who are going to be responding when there's a crisis.
You're absolutely right. I've been part of National Night Out in other communities, and this is, the best way I can say it is you're right when it comes to the contact that comes between the community and law enforcement. It's usually not under the most favorable of circumstances, although there are great, contacts between law enforcement and the community. Sometimes it's an emergency of some sort, whether it's, a burglary, something was taken from you, a medical emergency, whatever the case may be. And in those situations, sometimes questions arise. The community wants to know, why is this happening? Why do you do it this way? Why do you do it that way? Have you ever considered doing it another way? And those are conversations that National Night Out allows us to have in a non-urgent situation. So, we're out there specifically to interact with the community. And this is your opportunity to come out and ask us those questions. Hey, I've always wondered why the mounted unit does things a certain way. Why do you have your horses do things a certain way? Or why does the dive team use a particular piece of equipment versus another piece of equipment? When does the dive team come out? When does the search and rescue team come out? When does the bomb team come out? What are these circumstances? I've always wanted to know. This is your opportunity to come out and interact with us in that environment where there's no pressure. We welcome all the questions, and we want people to come interact with our deputies, our detectives that'll be out there, and ask those questions that you've always wanted to ask. Get to know us.
Well, and if anyone hasn't met the SWAT team or the dive team, they've got some pretty cool stuff to take a look at. And if you wanted to find out about it, that is a great way to do it and see it right up close. That was the only question I had for you. Thanks very much for sharing about National Night Out. We hope everyone comes out, and it's going to be the safest place, I think, around.
Absolutely.
Tuesday night.
And Maya, we do want to share, we do know that there are national night events going on all over Monterey County. Many of our local communities, our city police departments are hosting their own events. We encourage you, if you cannot make it out to the Monterey County Sheriff's event in Spreckels, to reach out to your local police department. Many of our local police departments are having their own events, and we encourage you to go to any national night out event.
Great advice. Thanks so much, Andy, for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And our next topic, we're going to go to the dogs. Have you ever visited the Quail Meadows Dog Park at Toro Park? There are some major new additions there, and we're very pleased to have our Chief of Parks, Bryan Flores, here, and a special guest, an Eagle Scout who brought some fantastic additions to the dog park. Hi, Bryan, and introducing Mark Macias, who is an Eagle Scout from Troop 60 in Spreckels, I think.
Yep. Great. Thank you, Maya. Welcome, everyone. Yeah, we have a wonderful opportunity that was completed just last weekend by Mark Macias from Spreckels Boy Scout Troop 60. And that is increased activities for the dogs, for our four-legged friends at the Quail Meadows Dog Park at Toro Park. The park had opened in March earlier this year after Eagle Scout Nathan Pogemeyer completed it. It was the fenced area, little water faucet for the dogs, and it needed to be dressed up. So Mark approached the county with a project that he wanted to do, which was add park benches and play amenities for the dogs, ramps, a tunnel, some little things to keep the dogs entertained when they're not chasing a ball or a frisbee or something like that. So Mark did all the fundraising himself and had a GoFundMe page and raised approximately $8,000 to provide for the labor and the materials to do this. And we're very happy, and the dogs are equally as happy, and lots of positive comments back from the community. And we're just really grateful that we have this relationship and partnership with our local service organizations such as the Boy Scouts of America, that they're able to do these Eagle Scout projects that benefit their learning with scouts and their goals through life. And yeah, we're just really, really happy and thankful and for this partnership. So I'll turn it over to Mark, and he can state any information that I've missed. And so yeah, thank you, Mark, very much.
Yeah, I think the hardest part was probably fundraising, but once we got it, it was pretty easy to set up, and then not easy to install, but got it all in one day. So yeah.
So Mark, tell us how you got it installed, because you had a lot of help and a lot of people got behind you on this project.
Well, most of the stuff was just like the tunnel was staked in and the benches were just staked in, but for the ramp we had to dig holes, and then they were almost like 2 feet deep. We had to dig 6 holes and then pour concrete into them.
So what all went into, what were the additions that you put in to the park? So when people go, say they've got a dog that really likes to jump or go through tunnels or whatever, what can they do?
There's a tunnel. It's probably maybe a foot off the ground, and then there's also a ramp that I'd say maybe like 4 feet, 5 feet tall. And then we added 3 benches as well along the fence.
So that way the pets can play and the owners can have a seat, right? They don't have to stand around while their
Yes.
dogs get all that energy out, right?
Yes.
So can you tell us what got you involved or the idea to make these add-ons to the existing dog park? Kind of what was your motivation?
Well, I remember when I was helping with Nathan Pogemeyer's Eagle Scout project, which was the dog park. And then I remember the Scoutmaster said that like later they were thinking to add like structures and benches and stuff. So, and yeah, that's pretty much where I got it.
And then you had to find a plan. Was this part of your Eagle Scout project?
Yes, this was the project.
This was your project. So you had to raise all that money. How did you kind of get organized? And then you had to organize the help to get things together. You really kind of pulled a lot of resources in to make it happen.
Yeah. I created the GoFundMe, and then I sent out a lot of emails, and I also had like a poster flyer at the dog park with the link to the GoFundMe. And then to building the structures, we had like a troop or scout meeting at my house, and we built them at the house. And then that weekend we transported them to the park and then installed them.
You got a lot of your fellow scouts involved in putting everything together. This was like the night before Christmas, right? When parents stay up and put together all the toys under the Christmas tree. You needed to get it all together before it got installed in the park, right?
Yes.
So just give a shout out to all the people that helped you. Who were they?
Pretty much most of all the scouts in our troop, and then their parents for taking them, my parents for helping me with this, and my neighbor who had to borrow his truck to bring all this stuff.
So have you been out to the park? Have you seen it, in use yet?
Well, I have not been there since we've installed them, but hopefully soon.
And so I got to know, do you have a dog?
Yes.
So you got to take the dog, right?
Yeah.
Bryan, have you been out since the items have been installed? Have you seen people using? Have your rangers shared anything?
Yeah, no, it's been great. I have been out, and when I was there was a few people there playing with their dogs. We made the post on our social media page for the county, and that got shared many times across the platform, and lots of great comments from people that it's something that was needed. But yeah, it's just a great attribute to have at the park. It helps us with our, probably the main thing that my staff and our park rangers tell people is to keep their dog on a leash. It's there. The leash is there to not only protect others from somebody's dog, but also protect wildlife and, to reduce dog fights and things like that. And with this leash-free dog run area, it has improved that somewhat, in that people know that they don't have to let their dogs off a leash when they get into the park like they would like to. They can go back to the dog run area, run the dog for a while, get them tired out, so the dog's not, jumping at the leash every chance because they think they're going to get off. So it has helped with enforcement of the leash ordinance, which was kind of one of the intents of putting in the dog park, and with the hope that it would help us with that issue. So yeah, it's just great. It's great to see the community come together to support our youth, to, you know, give a few dollars here and there. I was keeping track of Mark's GoFundMe page, and there was, you know, while there was definitely some $100, $200, $500 donations, there was also a lot of smaller donations, $10, $20, $50 donations. You know, people were able to assist where they could. But it's just great to see that it's this community grassroots effort, you know, for the benefit of not just a single person or a single entity, but, you know, for everybody at large, you know. And you know, Mark, I know that, you know, you're young and you got your whole life ahead of you, but I guarantee you, my friend, you know, you'll look back on this in your 20s, 30s, and 40s, and, you know that this is something special that you did for not just your Eagle Scout project and to complete that, but something that you've done for the whole community at large, and, you know, really giving back. And that's something that, you know, should be commended, and, you know, hopefully other youth individuals will pick up on that and do the same thing.
Well, I tell you, Parks loves our Eagle Scouts. We've had fantastic projects with Eagle Scouts. What's next, Bryan? What's on your list for the next Eagle Scout project, right?
Oh, there's a whole lot, but yeah, usually it's the Eagle Scouts, you know, coming to us with ideas already. But yeah, there's all kinds of service projects that can be done. You know, we have other parks other than Toro, but Toro is a favorite for everybody. But you know, we have benches at various parks. The benches up at Jack's Peak were predominantly done by Scouts. So yeah, we have lots of projects that we can do as these service projects with our community partners.
Well, Mark, we expect to get a photo from you with your dog at the dog park. You know, we've just got to have it, and you've got to make the circle complete by taking your dog to jump through the hoop or over the ramps that you all help make happen. Thank you both for talking about this, and we hope everyone gets out, takes their four-legged friend out to the dog park and has a great time. Thanks, everyone, for joining us on the news briefing this week. Our next briefing is next week. We'll see you then.